What's up, everybody? Miss Montana DeLeon here, and this makeup tutorial was something I was playing in. These loud clown colors that I was playing in earlier because it was a funny video that I did, but I'll put it up eventually. I'm quite sure somebody gonna like this look, this orange, green, purple thing I got going on here. Long distance relationships. Let's talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Can long distance relationships work, Montana? Of course they can, under a couple of conditions though. If one or the other party is moving to where the other party is. So if I'm in like Miami and my boo is in like California, then either I'm moving to Cali or he's gonna move to Miami, and we know what time frame, what month it'll be, or what week or what day it'll be, then yeah, it can work because you know that it's not about to be a long distance relationship any longer after that time. Also, and I mean, if one of y'all not relocating or no plans of relocating and no date, y'all just, I don't know what y'all doing. I mean, some people might make it work, I don't know. But eventually you're going to need some kind of physical contact. And I'm not talking about sex, I'm talking about hugging or just some kind of affection or being in someone's presence to really get the feel of them. And that's a whole different kind of bond aside from Skyping or Uvo or FaceTime. Um, Another way that, in addition to somebody moving to where the other person is, you have to have tunnel vision, because being that your mate isn't in your face, nowhere near you, nowhere to be found when you roll over in the middle of the night wanting some affection or some body warmth, you got to have tunnel vision so you won't be tempted to call the dude that's around the corner, or phone up the girl at the office and tell her come through, or want to spend time with her or take her out to dinner or anything like that. You have to have tunnel vision for who you with and be like, yo, I'm in a relationship. I don't care that he 500 miles away. That's my boo. You got to be like dedicated. You have to be dedicated, and you have to trust the other person. If you don't have trust and don't think that they're being dedicated to you while they're wherever they are, then it's going to be a strain on the relationship, especially if you didn't catch them doing nothing, but you just thinking in the back of your head, trust issues like the video I did. It's not going to work. It's going to be a strain on the relationship, but you have to have tunnel vision. You have to have trust. You have to decide that you're going to be dedicated to someone who's not even in your presence. You have to have a lot of webcam, a lot of pictures, texting, sending letters in the mail, doing whatever you can to pique each other's interest, which is basically going to be yourself. You don't have to do anything above and beyond the call of duty necessarily just to keep their attention. You just have to be you. And if you are not enough to keep their attention, then it just ain't gonna work regardless. Also, what else I was gonna say? Oh, if you guys don't have a date where somebody's moving to the other person's location, then you have to at least alternate between, I would say every weekend, who gonna fly where to see who. If y'all ain't got money to fly to see each other, quite often it's gonna be a little strain on the relationship. It's gonna be hard. It may not last. So I would say I would fly out to Cali this weekend. He'll fly into Miami the following weekend. We'll do it like that. So I'm traveling every 2 weeks, and he's traveling every 2 weeks, but we're seeing each other every weekend. So it'll more than likely work because we're having more than just a long distance relationship. We're having a physical relationship on the weekends. So, number one, someone's moving to the other city, state, or whatever town that the other party involved lives eventually, and y'all have a date for that. It's not just up in the air, y'all just dating and don't know what's gonna go down, when it's gonna go down, and no time frame. That's just like having an engagement ring on your finger for like 5 years or 3 years for no reason at all. It's like, what's the point? So somebody's going to be relocating, and we know the date, we know the time frame. Also, y'all visiting each other almost every weekend. Y'all alternating the trip, so y'all both spending the same amount of money or however y'all gonna do it. Lots of Skype, lots of phone calls. You can mail out letters and pictures, things like that. Be yourself. If they still are interested in you and the conversations are interested, you guys are compatible. That's a good sign. So, in my opinion, do long distance relationships work? Yeah, they can. As long as somebody moving and y'all actually gonna have to get to be together in a real relationship physically in front of each other. Yeah. But if you just finna like stay in Canada and she finna stay in Africa, then it really ain't gonna work. I'm sorry to tell you, I really don't think it's gonna work because no relationship um is really gonna survive with no kind of physical nothing. Like, no, I mean, you might as well date the computer. Then if that's the case, if you're never gonna see that person, never gonna be with them, like, people get urges and they want to have sex and stuff like that. So yeah, you're gonna need to be in front of that person, be able to touch them, grab them, hug them, show them some kind of affection and receive affection. That's what relationships are all about. They're fun, they're affectionate, you get to do stuff together and go out and date. You can't do all that if nobody's moving to another city to be with the other person eventually, or y'all not visiting each other every weekend and making it happen. Like, how long can you put up with that? How long can you date a computer? You feel me? And make sure on this long distance relationship, whoever you're talking to, make sure you get to see them on webcam and verify that they're a real person beyond their pictures that they have on their profile. So don't fall in love with a picture. Make sure you get them on webcam to verify who they are. And I say that from experience because so many people use my pictures and deceive men into thinking, hey, this is me. I'm Montana or Keisha or whatever name they want to use, and they fall for it. They don't ask to see them on webcam or nothing, and they just be talking to a picture and a voice on the phone, and don't even verify that that's the girl in the picture. Same thing with guys too, because I've seen guys use some of my model friends' pictures. I'm like, yo, that's not you. That's my dog picture. What are you doing? What are you doing, son? Anyway, I'm out. Love some. Bye.